Good evening, friends. So, today we are going to see the next chapter about natural vegetation and wildlife. Yesterday, I had given you a question regarding the movements of the oceanic water. So, types of movements of the oceanic water that we had seen yesterday. So, based on that, the question was there. So, there are three types of movements of the oceanic water. Everybody has written a quite good answer, but I still feel that you still need to be improved in your answer writing. So you can add some important current affair related things in your answers, and you can draw more diagrams, you can draw more flow charts. So three types of movements of the oceanic water that we have seen. First was a wave, second is tide, and third is current. So three types of movements of the oceanic water yesterday we had seen. So what you had to do is you have to write about these three movements and their significance. So significance means what? For example, significance of a wave. So wave is very helpful in churning the surface water. So some recycling of the nutrients happens, dissolving of oxygen, carbon dioxide happen in the oceanic water. So waves are very important. Waves are also important for human beings, like we produce electricity. Okay, wave energy is very important for that. Also recreational purpose, like there are these people who ride the waves, sea surfers. For them also waves are very important. Some animals, for them also waves are very important. Coastal region also, some ecosystem is dependent upon the waves. Next one is a tide. Tide is nothing but a vertical movement of the oceanic water because of the attraction of sun and moon. So why there is an attraction of sun and moon? So since they have the gravity, they attract the water. So because of this attraction, this upward churning happens. So because of this upward churning, tides are also can be used for the creation of tidal energy. Also, they churn the oceanic water from bottom. So it is very important for the nutrient recycling. Okay. So tidal energy, nutrient recycling are few benefits of the tides. Third is a current. Current is a horizontal movement of the oceanic water. So waves and tides, generally ocean water does not travel from one place to another place. But in the current, ocean water travels from one place to another place. So currents are also very important. So current can also be used by ships for the navigation. Certain fishes use the current for the navigation. Also, current are current have a huge impact on the surrounding climates where they travel. So if cold current is coming into the warm areas, the climate of the warm area will change. If warm current is going into the cold areas, climate of the cold areas will change. So that's why they are very important. So in this way, you had to write answer regarding this regarding this oceanic movements of the oceanic water. So friends, today we are going to see this next chapter about natural vegetation and wildlife. So, when we say natural vegetation and wildlife, just 2 days back we have seen they are all dependent upon the climate. So, the way the climate you have in the particular region, the same it will impact the type of natural vegetation in that particular region. So, if you have a more rainfall, you have a denser vegetation, you have a high amount of biodiversity, like that, it will go on. So let us understand this natural vegetation. So generally, natural vegetations are also of three types. Okay. So anywhere you go in this world, you'll have three types of natural vegetation. The first one is a forest. Second one is a grassland. Third one is a shrubs. So forest, grassland and shrubs, these are the three types of natural vegetation. Now, why these are only three types? So they are dependent upon the climate. Where you have a very high amount of rainfall and sunshine, you have a forest in this region. Where you have a low amount of rainfall and sunshine, there you have a grasslands. And where you have a lowest amount of sunshine or lowest amount of water, there you will have a shrubs. So let us understand these natural vegetations one by one. So first, let us understand the types of forest in the world. So we are going to see the maps and we are going to see different types of forest present in the different parts of the earth. So first is the evergreen forest. Okay, evergreen forest is also known as a rainforest. So why it is called as a rainforest? Because you are seeing huge amount of rain in this region. So equatorial region and surrounding areas, you have a lots of rainfall and huge amount of sunshine. So that's why these forests are there. We call them as a evergreen type of forest are grown in this region. So here you have a thick forest cover, thick canopies. So these thick canopies will not allow sunlight to penetrate down. So there is a huge competition between the trees to grow. Getting it? So huge competition between the trees to grow. So they will grow taller and taller and taller. So trees like 100 meter, 60, 70, 80 meters you will find in this region. Okay, and this region is famous for the highest biodiversity in the world. So highest biodiversity is will be found in this region. Since sunlight and the water is very high, trees develop hardwood type of characters. So trees are of hardwood type. So hardwood type means type trees. What are the names of those trees? So you have rosewood, ebony, mahogany. So rosewood, ebony, and mahogany are very famous trees present in these equatorial types of rainforest. So guys, this chapter is very important from prelim point of view, and you should remember these names. So they will be asked in your exam. Okay. So in this region, the specifically you will see the dense forest in the South America and Africa. So in the South America and Africa, you have a dense evergreen type of forest. South America specifically around the Amazon River, okay, the largest river by the volume. Okay, so you will have they are called as a lungs of the world. Why? Because huge number of trees are there and they will respire huge amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide. So that's why they are called as the lungs of the world. Since our lungs are also doing the same function, taking oxygen inside and carbon dioxide outside, and trees are doing just little opposite. So they are very helpful for providing the oxygen to the whole world. So that's why they are called as the lungs of the world. So we'll see the interesting animals like anaconda, which can eat a huge crocodile. So they are very slow animals, but once they attack, they can eat a huge animal, like say a entire deer. They can eat entire deer or entire crocodile can be eaten by them. So these are the characteristics of the tropical evergreen type of forest. Okay. Now let us move little further, little upward. Tropical deciduous forest. So deciduous means what? Deciduous means these forests will lose the leaves in the winter season or dry season. So they will shed their leaves. Why they will shed their leaves? Because in the winter season there is no rainfall or very less rainfall. So because of that, they don't want to lose the water because of the transpiration. So transpiration, they don't want to lose the water. So here, these trees will shed their leaves in the winter season or in the dry season. Again, these deciduous trees, rainfall is very sufficient in the monsoon period. So they are also known as monsoon types of forest. So in India, we have sufficient cover of the tropical deciduous forest, or we can call it a monsoon type of forest. Okay. So mostly our forests are this deciduous type of forest. So here again we have a hardwood trees in this forest. Okay. So you have a sal, teak, and neem, very important trees. So they are very important for the furniture making. Okay, sal, teak, neem, shisham. Also musical instruments like tabla, mridangam, they are made by these trees. So sal, teak, neem, shisham, they are very important trees. So here you will find animals like monkeys, then you will find elephants, you will find deers, tigers, leopards, lions. These types of animals you will find in this region called the tropical deciduous type of forest. Now, deciduous type of forest is not just present in the tropical region. It is also present below tropical region, okay, in the temperate region as well. Okay, so this shaded area shows you the temperate region below 23 and half. So temperate deciduous and temperate evergreen forest. So first let us understand temperate evergreen forest. So before that we had seen that a tropical evergreen forest in the region of equator. Now temperate evergreen forest. So temperate evergreen forest, okay, some greenish region, this you'll see. So temperate evergreen forest, okay, they are generally present on the eastern margins of the continent. Eastern margins of the continent. So they are also called as a China type of climate. Okay, when we'll see climate in detail, so we'll see this China type of climate. Okay, so they are also called as China type of climate. So eastern margins of the continent. Also there are warm currents are present in this region. So since it is present in the temperate region and it is a evergreen, so generally coastal region is very close to this forest, so huge amount of rainfall is there. But since it is a temperate region, so sunshine is not very abundant. So it will have a combination of both hard and softwood trees. So hardwood trees and softwood trees both are present in the temperate evergreen forest. But in the tropical evergreen forest, only hardwood trees are present. So you'll have oak, pine, eucalyptus. Okay, so they are the combination of hard and softwood trees which are present in the temperate evergreen type of forest. Next is you have a temperate deciduous type of forest. So again, temperate region you will see. So these temperate deciduous type of forest again in the higher latitudes of in the countries like USA. Okay, little bit of interior of the continents you'll see them interior of the continents. Okay, so this temperate deciduous type of forest again mostly the tree characteristics will not be very softwood or very hardwood. So you have oak, ash and beech type of trees in this region. So in the month of winter or during the dry season, actually there is a winter temperature is very less like a winter only. So during the dry season we can say these forests will shed their leaves. Okay, so that's why these forests are called as a temperate deciduous type of forest. So again you will find the foxes, wolverines, deers, these types of animals over here and some birds like monals, okay, pheasants. So these types of birds you will find in the temperate deciduous type of forest. So this temperate deciduous type of forest, nearby this temperate deciduous type of forest, you will find the temperate grasslands as well. That we'll see later. So next type of forest is a Mediterranean type of forest. The name Mediterranean comes because of the Mediterranean Sea. So they are developed around the Mediterranean Sea. Okay. So they are being developed around the Mediterranean Sea. That's why this climate is known as Mediterranean type of climate. So Mediterranean type of, in the Mediterranean region, generally summers are hot and there is no rainfall in the summers. But rainfall is there in the months of winter. So because of this unique type of climate, to bear this very hot summers, they have these trees over here that develop thick barks and wax coated leaves. So these thick barks and wax coated leaves, since the leaves are coated by the wax, they don't do much transpiration in the months of summer. So they survive in the months of summer. They don't lose the water in the months of summer. Wax coated leaves and thick bark. Since this is a unique type of climate, this climate grows more amount of fruits. So they are known as orchards of the world. Okay. So more amount of fruits are being grown over here. So you are calling it as a orchard of the world. Specifically, citrus fruits are grown over here. Citrus fruits like you have olives, figs, oranges. So these types of fruits are grown in this region. Okay. So most of the oranges, very high quality oranges are grown over here. So many fruit companies like Tropicana and Paperboat and so many, you see these orange juice, they are mostly of the Mediterranean region. So Mediterranean type of climate is not just around Mediterranean region, but outside that also. So you can see in the California, okay, some parts of the Asia, this white region you are seeing, some parts of the Asia, some parts of the Africa, okay. So here this type of climate is present, okay. So this will can be asked in the prelim examination. So this chapter is very important from prelim point of view. So you must remember this chapter very nicely, and you can write down your whatever notes looking at the PPTs given over there. No need to read the chapter again and again because all notes are whatever important things are there. I have mentioned in the PPTs. Okay. Next type of forest is a coniferous type of forest. So as name suggests, forest is a cone shaped type of. So trees are like a cone shaped. Okay, trees are like cone shaped. So when the trees are cone shaped, because it is present in the high latitudes, whenever there is a snowfall, snow will come down from the cone shaped trees down on the earth. Getting it? So that's why these coniferous trees, coniferous shape is given to the forest. Again, the leaves of these trees are not broad leaves. They are like, we can say, needle-shaped leaves. So when needle-shaped leaves are there, they will not hold the water or ice on them and they will not rupture because of that. So if leaves are broad, like evergreen type of forest, then they will rupture because of the ice. And trees are like this and not like this. They will hold the ice, they will hold the snow, and they will damage their leaves, they will damage their barks, they will damage their branches. Okay, so that is why these evergreen type of trees they are very important. These coniferous trees they are very important for the survival of the vegetation in this region. So this type of forest is also known as taiga type of forest. Okay, so higher latitudes around 70 degrees, you can see in this region, you will find this taiga type of forest. Or you can see this dark green region. This dark green region is a taiga type of forest. Okay, so trees over here are softwood trees. Getting it? Very softwood trees. Since trees are very soft, they are used for pulp making. They are used for equipment like cricket bats. So cricket bats, they are very famous. Those who have played the cricket, so we call it as a Kashmir willow, also English willow. So English willow is nothing but these softwood trees. Even in the Himalayas, also we find this taiga type of forest or softwood type of forest or coniferous type of forest. So cheer, pine, cedar. Okay, so these are the important examples of the softwood trees and taiga type of forest or coniferous type of forest. Okay, so in this region, animals that you will find are the deer, polar bear, snow leopards, foxes, minks. These types of animal you will find. Trees over here, they will not bear the fruits, they will bear the seeds. So most of the trees will have seeds. So birds are also very dominant in this region. Since fruits cannot survive in the cold region, fruits will also rupture. So they will develop seeds. Okay. So this is called as a coniferous type of forest. Now, after this, let us go to the next type of vegetation called as a grassland. So first type of vegetation was forest, where you have a good amount of rainfall and good quantity of trees. Next type of vegetation is a grassland. So grassland means grasses are dominant. So grasses are of two types, tall grasses and short grasses. So tall grasses where they are dominant, it is called as a tropical grassland. And where short grasses are dominant, that you will call it as a temperate type of grassland. Getting it? So tropical type of grasslands are found in the tropical region. Okay, till 23 and a half north and south, you will find tropical type of grassland. So grasses are very tall, like entire elephant can be hidden inside the grasses. Getting it? Here rainfall is very low or moderate. So entire elephant, zebras and giraffes, so they will be hidden inside these grasses. Okay, so they are called as savannas in the Africa. So zebras, elephants, even lions are also found in this region. Leopards are also found in this region. It is named in with a different. It is known by the different names. Okay, so you can see over here in the East Africa it is known as savanna. In the Brazil it is known as campos, and in the Venezuela it is called as a llanos. So they are very important. Okay, these names are very important from your prelim point of view. So remember this name. Next type of grassland is a temperate type of grassland. So temperate, these are the short grasses, not more than your ankle by the height. Okay. So these short grasses are present with very moderate amount of rainfall and very moderate amount of sunshine. Okay. So here birds they build nest on the ground because there are no trees for kilometers of kilometers, hundreds of kilometers. You won't see the trees. So birds will build their nest on the ground itself. And these grasslands are known by the different names. So from pre point of view, it is very important. So Argentina, it is known as pampas. North America, it is known as prairies. Australia, it is known as downs, and veld is called in Africa, and steppe it is called as in the Russia and Central Asia. Getting it? So you can see interior of the continent this faint green color or mehendi color as it is known as. So these are the temperate type of grasslands. Getting it? They are known as the wheat granaries of the world. So wheat is a type of a grass. So huge amount of wheat is grown in this region. So that is why they are known as the wheat granaries of the world. You know, Russia and Ukraine, they are the wheat granaries of the world. Okay. Third type of vegetation is a thorny bushes. These thorny bushes where rainfall is very low and climatic conditions are very harsh. So bushes are found in this region. Either they are for thorny or non-thorny. But where climates are either very hot or very cold, there you will find the bushes. And rainfall is always very low. Okay. So thorny bushes are found in the desert region, in the dry desert region. Okay. So deserts are generally found in the western margins of the continent. So you'll in the tropical region. So in the tropical region, you will find it in the western margins of the continent. Okay. In India also it is present on the western margin. So these western margins of the continent, these thorny bushes will be found. So these thorns are developed because if they will have a leaves, then leaves will also lead to the loss of water. So they don't want to be lost. So they also want to be saved from the animals. So that's why thorns are being developed. Their roots are also very deep. So deep rooted systems are there. So on the surface they will look like they are dead and dry, but they are not like that. So they are called as a thorny bushes. So guys, this is the one of the important type of vegetations called as a thorny bushes. You will see in the Thar desert if you visit sometimes. Next is let us say tundra type of climate. Tundra is an extreme cold type of climate. So you will see in the pole region, you will see the tundra type of climate. So here there is no trees. You have a lichens, you have small shrubs. We'll find over here. So grasses are there, shrubs are there, lichens are there, and their life is very long, like 500, 600 years they will live. Okay. So these they will grow only during short summer. And in the cold season, the entire area is covered by the snow. Entire soil is land is covered by the snow, which is called as a permafrost. So permanently frozen ground. So you're called as a permafrost. So it is present in this region. So that's why the bushes and shrubs are very small. So animals over here, they are thick fur animals since it is a cold region. Okay, they can accumulate fat in their body, so they can store everything in the form of fat in their body. So they get very less amount of food. So whenever they get the food, they just store in their body. So bears are also will find polar bears and caribous, elks. These types of animals you will find in this region. So this is known as tundra type of vegetation. Okay. So guys, I hope you have understood this chapter. It's very simple. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Now, based on this, we have MCQs. So let us understand these MCQs. So first is a mosses and lichens are found in which of the following region? So which of the region we found mosses and lichens? Definitely tundra region. Okay. Thorny bushes are found in which of the following region? Thorny bushes, we have seen that very hot region, it should be very less amount of rainfall, it should be there. Okay, so hot and dry desertic climate, you have thorny bushes. In tropical evergreen forest, one of the common animal is tropical evergreen forest. So giraffe we have seen is in the grassland, camel is in the desert, monkeys. Favorite animal of everyone, monkeys, is found in the tropical evergreen forest. One important variety of coniferous forest is, so which of the following is a coniferous tree? Rosewood, hard tree, teak, deciduous tree, pine is a coniferous type of tree. Okay. Steppe grassland. Steppe means what? Temperate grassland. So temperate grassland, not in the steppe grass is in South Africa called as a veld, Australia downsland, and steppe is in the Central Asia. So these are the very important MCQs. These MCQs can be asked as it is in your exam. So be sure of this. So next is a match the following. This match the following is also very important. Can be asked as it is. So walrus, cedar, olive, elephant, campos and downs. Now if you feel it very difficult, you first try to solve the very simple ones. Okay. So softwood trees, do you know which is the softwood trees? Okay, you might not know. Elephant, yeah, you have heard about the elephant. Okay, elephants are where you will find the elephant. So we have seen that in the tropical deciduous forest you will find. Campos and downs, we have seen downs, Australia. So where is the Australia? Is there any Australia? Yes, temperate grassland in the Australia. Campos, tropical grassland in the Brazil. Okay. So cedar we had seen is a softwood tree. Okay. Walrus is an animal. So walrus is a polar animal. Olives we have seen we found in the Mediterranean type of climate. So olive is a citrus, as we have seen. Mediterranean region is famous for the citrus. So olives are found in the citrus. Olive is a kind of a citrus fruit. So guys, hope you have understood this chapter. It's a very important chapter, and you must remember this chapter. And notes you take down from my PPTs itself. No need to read the NCERT chapter again and again. And keep these notes, revise these notes daily. Whatever chapter we are doing, at least once a week you revise whatever you have done in the entire week. Okay. So hope this chapter you understood. If you have any doubt, please ask me on the Telegram. Okay. So see you tomorrow for the next chapter. Bye bye. Thank you.